All right.
This is it. Their final challenges for the combine. This is where it's
Which is called the final.
Exactly, and this is where it's all gonna be decided, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you got your snacks, I hope you got your drinks, because this is gonna be a very long challenge. So, Sinas, you did explain it before already, but why not give a very small, short rundown how this is gonna work?
If you win, you get finalists. If you win again after you're finalist, you go through to the next phase. You do that for 8 players until and when we have 8 players, we will restart again with those 8 players and do this again until we have 4. Then until we have 2, then we'll have a final 1v1.
Okay, well, good, right? There you go. That is fantastic. Here we go then, live in the first round, ladies and gentlemen. So what Sinas was saying, you need to win 2 rounds if you want to secure a spot for the next phase of this final phase. Yes, that's a lot of phases, but once you see how it works, you will understand. No mistakes
you will finally
yet.
Understand, yeah.
No mistakes yet.
Massa actually slowed down a bit.
Yep. Massa
Not too bad though.
Yeah, but we gotta remember.
But Matt's showing his prowess into going into checkpoints once again.
And we gotta remember, average position is so important as well. Mada not getting a good first lap here. But who is leading? It is Tween. Let's focus on the top places here as we are going into the identity. On Bumpy Jumpy. Here we go. A lot of these players are close by. Tween has already gotten himself 3/10 of an advantage right now. And Avon is in second place.
Yeah, Tween and Avon ruining the party for everyone else, because honestly, it doesn't really matter what they do here as long as they are alive. They will go back into the TMGL, so that is good news for them. Oh, look at Yannex! He went all the way to the top positions over the ice, and now in the battle once again. But Tween still quite a bit ahead, looking good. Grenadi is quite close, but Charlie, who I am following, just made a mistake. He's not going to be able to get first. Seems to be between Tween, Grenadi, and maybe Avon, Scrappy, Yannex. But yeah, Tween definitely in the best position here. As Grenadi is slowing down quite a bit. And now he's getting closer and closer. Scrappy coming closer to Tween. Avon as well, the TMGL players showing how good these 3 are all already through, by the way. And they're all in the top 3. That is quite crazy.
Yeah, and Mudda has DNF'd. I don't know why, but Mudda with the DNF.
I don't think he knows.
Maybe he doesn't know. But Tween here is leading the race. Let's go on board with Scrappy, who takes a high jump. It is Avon who is actually sending it. Tween with the meme bounce, but Avon with an unfortunate landing. Tween with a mistake. It is going to be Scrappy who's going to snipe it. It's Tween makes the mistake in the last jump. And it is Scrappy who gets the first victory right here. Tween, man, oh man, he had it in the bag for the whole 2 minutes and then makes a mistake early on. So here we see. So Scrappy won the round, so now he's finalist. If he wins again, he will be put into the next phase, and he doesn't have to drive this one anymore.
Scrappy continuing his dominance of the second day. He is so good today. It's absolutely incredible. Once again, in the finalist mode, we see some mistakes from the players already. And it is Scrappy once again in the top positions together with Tween. These 2 players seem to be really good right now. But look, we have some new names. Well, one of them, it is Link. Battling for the top positions. Here we go into the drift. Tween still ahead. Bren goes for the inside line. And that is working out quite well for him. He is actually going to go full on overtake. No, it is still Tween in the lead. No, it is Scrappy in the lead. No, it is Tween. No, it is Scrappy. Yeah, it is actually Scrappy right now. It's really hard to call. It's incredibly close, but look at the battles. TMGL in general just stepping it up here. And now Bren has actually solidified his first position, at least for now. But here comes Link though. He has a nice amount of speed going into the identity. And we are going to go bump and jump. Who is going to go for low jump? Link's jumping quite high here, so that's going to cost him some time. Oh, Bren almost going into the wall, but it is going to be just fine.
Scrappy!
Scrappy is done. He is out, and that means Avon is going to take over the lead for the second lap.
Yeah, and Avon had a really good first lap as well, but then he made a mistake in the final identity section. So right now, looking extremely good. But here comes Link, charging forward after that first ice wall. It is looking like he is challenging Bran here, but the gap towards Avon is 0.4 of a second. And Mudda again with a DNF. What is he doing? Mudda again with a DNF. I mean, this is what I was talking about. Does he know? Oh my. Anyway.
He knows he needs to get 15th to go through into the TMGL. So.
Oh my god! But okay, let's just forget about that. And
this is
Evon,
not smart to do. But
Evon still in first. Link and Bran aren't really closing the gap here. It is still 4/10. Oh, it looks like Bran is closing the gap just a little bit. I think Bran is gonna full send it in the end. Link with a lot of more speed is gonna overtake that second place. Evon, can he hold his nerves? This is it for Evon. Link, however, is going for the low jump. He is going extremely low, gets a lot of speed, but it's still Evon in first. Final jump remains, and it is gonna be Evon securing the first place here and puts himself in finalist mode.
Really good job by Evon here, who as well, together with Scrappy, has shown that they deserve to be in TMGL, right? It's just so incredibly clear from this combine that they need to be back next season, and yeah, they're just showing it once again. Two of them now finalists, and if they get another win here, they go through to the top 8 and into the next phase. So that is quite nice for them. But as we have seen from the final of the TMGL, if you get finalist in the first map, it doesn't mean you will go through, right, Spam?
That is definitely true. I'm not sure if you're trying to say that I did that, but hey.
Oh, was that you? Oh, I forgot. Sorry.
Yeah. But yeah, we have 2 finalist players right now. Of course, it is gonna be Evon and Scrappy who are in this position, and they are also this round doing quite well. Top 5 for both of these players, but they are surrounded by so many other players here. Scrappy is looking like he is on his way to close out this finalist mode, but he has one complete lap after this one. And he is being challenged by Bran, Grenady, and Challenge now.
Nope.
Here we go.
Challenge instantly made the mistake once you called out his name, and he is not going to fight for the first place. It is going to be still Scrappy in the lead, and once again Grenady looking good as well. So Grenady promising here at the start of this finalist phase, but you know, you have to get first, otherwise it kind of feels bad, man. And right now that is not looking good for Grenady, as Scrappy just so far ahead. 0.4 right now. Oof. Into lap number 2. Barely making it, but still making it, and that is good news for Scrappy, who has actually a half a second-ish. Bran and Grenady trying desperately to keep up with Scrappy, but
it looks like Scrappy is going in it. Looks like Scrappy is gonna be the first guy to go into that phase 2, and I think that already means that he will stay in TMGL. It is so incredibly close. Bran is trying his best. I believe Bran is doing a phenomenal round for his being, but it is Scrappy who goes wide. Bran with the attack. Let's go on board with Bran here.
It is not over yet. Bran actually closing in, and it comes so incredibly close. The difference is a little bit over 1/10 of a second. That is not enough for Scrappy to be feeling good here. Bran can go for the attack in the final identity, but is it going to be enough? Scrappy,
oh, he is getting closer.
Oh, but Scrappy has an incredible landing compared to Bran, and that should be enough for Scrappy to
oh, and there you go. There you go.
What a performance by the Belgian player.
Scrappy winning 2 rounds, but like I said, it is hit the map that he has world record on. So imagine Scrappy knowing that Bumpy Jumpy was the first map, and I mean, that is just insane. That is so good. So Scrappy most likely, I mean, definitely is in TMGL for next season here.
Yeah, definitely. I think he already was, but now he's even more. Because this places him in top 8 at least, which gives him at least 9 points. That's just, yeah, GG.
Yep. And we are now on Semiramis, a map which we saw Carloof, Super Carloof, do really well yesterday, winning actually 2 rounds on this. But can he repeat that? Oh, okay. I thought someone was standing still at the start. I think, yeah, we got
probably
a pause.
Why we oh. Okay.
We do have a pause here. I don't know who it is.
Yeah, I cannot read the chat anymore because we have the with the overlay chat for spectators is turned off.
Yeah, for the people wondering why a DNF is bad here, it is bad because if you have a tiebreaker, your average position is being taken into consideration. So if you DNF, you're instantly last, basically.
Yeah, if you get 16th all the time, then you'll just be 16th and get only 1 point.
Yeah, and like basically, even if you are super far behind, you could still potentially get 15th. And maybe in a very, very crazy world, that would mean you going through and someone else doesn't.
Looks like we're gonna restart the server because the finish timeout is too low.
Okay, so does that mean that Scrappy will still win? Or is it gonna be completely restarted here?
Scrappy will still win, right? I'm wondering for Evon though, as he is finalist already.
True, true.
I can also see, by the way, that Muda is DNFing not to BM, but because he wants to reset his focus after making a mistake. Just taking a break for himself instead of keeping driving with a bad time.
Interesting.
I can see that, I guess.
That is an interesting strategy, but you know, if he wasn't in that position where he has so many points ahead of the second place guy, would he still do that? Because average position, like I said, is taken into consideration if there is a tiebreaker.
That is true, but both, let's say Link and Carl, for example, they need to do really, really well to even get to Muda's points. So if Muda gets 16th, then it also needs to happen that both Link and Carl, in this example, get like first or second or something. That is how far ahead Muda is, but yeah.
Yeah, and like, that is that. But we are gonna restart. Yeah, we're gonna restart the server right now. This could potentially hinder some of these players, you know, like small break when you already done one map. And now we're gonna have a quick pause. I mean, it could ruin the you know, the flow and the momentum that you have. So yeah, let's just wait and see. I don't really have the latest information here. I don't even know where you are getting tagged as well. I am not getting tagged anywhere.
Well, in this case, I was reading chat and Scrappy said it.
Oh, okay. Well, getting that information from the player who actually won here already. He is in.
Yeah, I mean,
he is in the second phase. Now that's what I'm talking about.
Like, Scrappy's just done tonight.
Yeah. Okay. So we do have. When I look at BUMPYJUMPY, we did have 1, 2, 3, 4 DNFs. And the player that is currently average in last place is Matt, unfortunately. He was one of the players that DNF'd and then finished 10th and 16th. And if I take a look at Mudda, for instance, he has a 11.6 average with 2 DNFs and 1 third place finish.
Already upping his average quite a bit there. 11 would be more than enough, by the way.
Yeah, exactly. So we are still waiting for the server. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a complete server restart.
Not sure if they can change the settings midway. I'll let you guys know if I get any pings or if I read some insider information in chat.
So yeah, we have a quick break here. I like how Scrappy is in each corner of the stadium here.
Yeah. Deserved, by the way, as just had an insane day today.
Massa gave some inside info that he'll win the next 2 rounds. All right, I will spectate Massa.
Okay. What is kind of interesting to me is, yes, we've seen Brand do quite well on the first map, but it is Evon and Scrappy walking away with the points here. And for them, it isn't really that important what they do now, because they are almost in already. It seems like we're going live again.
Yep. It seems like Matt is standing still at the start. A lot of players are standing still at the start, so I don't think we are going live right now. A end round is needed here.
We will have to wait for a little bit here. There's no way this is live, so players are just probably keeping their focus here, warming up a little bit, keeping, you know, in the flow. It's probably the way to go, I gotta be honest. Just if you keep playing and keep your focus.
So yeah, I'm looking at Massa, and he said he was gonna win the next 2 rounds, but he is currently winning this round, but it is a warm-up round, so I don't think he wanted to win the warm-up rounds.
I think this is actually Nadeo's secret mental test. So we actually have 5 phases.
True.
And this is the mental test phase, where the players will be tested in the way they can come back from a pause, and if they can continue what they were doing.
Yeah, I hope there's not gonna be anyone finishing here and then get a finalist status. I'm not sure if we're gonna have a complete server reset, restart. I think the resuming was just because the players wanted to warm up a bit. So if that's the case, I think we will see a complete server restart. With Scrappy still being a winner and Evon most likely getting the finalist mode
it looks like Massa wasn't lying. He is ahead in this round, but you know, maybe he meant in the next 2 warm-up rounds I'm gonna win.
Okay, there he goes. He is looking really good on this map. I believe last time I watched his practice session on his live stream, he was doing very, very fast times on this map, and that just shows confidence. And hopefully he can do it when it really matters. Because right now he does indeed finish with a 2:19.8, which is a pretty good match time. But then again, in the time attack, we saw Scrappy do a 2:18.9, I believe. So that then you have a comparison to what they were doing. Okay, something is happening here.
You have a restart, and Scrappy has to play again.
It's like, I'm not sure if it's going live now. Us spectators cannot see the chat. Watch this.
Yeah, I also see some casters asking in Discord what is going on.
Okay, I just checked the chat. I joined as player. It's going live right now. Evon is finalist, but they cannot force it right now, so...
Okay, so we just have to...
Yeah. So Evon is still finalist, but they cannot force the finalist status onto him right now. So that is that. Scrappy is done already.
Pretend that he is finalist, I guess.
Yeah.
In our heads, yeah.
Oh, what a mistake by Matt. He is completely out and about. Tween as well. Huge mistake. Is already almost 2 seconds behind. But yeah, let's keep an eye on Massa here, who arguably is going to win the next 2 rounds, he said. And it is looking good. We see so many mistakes.
Complete coverage here. And right now it is Bren in the lead. Bren once again in the top positions in this final phase, and has been doing well in the TA. Oh my god, Massa is not going to win this round. He just made a mistake. So that is not that's bad news for him. But in the meantime, so what I was talking about is that Bren actually has quite a good day, even though it doesn't really reflect in his TA phase. Hopefully it can continue for him though, going into the identity here. And right now, the only players that can really keep up with him a little bit, as he is stumbling a little bit, are Muda, Riolu, Grenadi. No, Grenadi is also slowing down quite a bit here. But yeah, Brent still in the lead. Muda and Riolu close by.
Yeah, I am on board with Super Karloof, one of the gamers who was doing really good yesterday. Now makes a mistake. Just as I was praising him, he is making a mistake and drops down from 5th to almost last here. The battle right now for that first place is with Bran and Muda here. Muda with the double DNF is telling us a whole different story right now. And he is battling close by. Riolu also. Riolu is doing a fantastic run here, but then makes a mistake. I'm stopping. You can go, Sinas.
Instead, apparently you are the one who is cursing today. Let's see what is happening in the lead here. Bren has extended his lead compared to Muda because Muda didn't get that much speed out of this one left-hander. Actually losing a bunch of speed for Muda there, and that means Bren is now quite far ahead, but it seems like Muda is closing in a little bit here on the identity. Inside line here for him as well, but it's not gonna be enough to beat Bren here. That means Bren is finalist. Yes, he is indeed. Bren is finalist. Red letters on his name. That is really good news for him. Yeah, because if you get top 8 as Bren here and his direct opponents won't, that's basically the guarantee already.
Yeah, and we gotta remember, Evon is also still finalist. Even though it doesn't show,
Oh, yeah.
Evon is finalist as well. But yeah, this is do or die now for these players. They have to get another win, and that second time winning is so difficult. We have a huge mistake for Riolo here, who finds himself in almost last place. Bran is in the top of the field. Where is Evon? Evon is not looking too good on this round so far. He is battling with Bran, actually, his direct finalist opponent. But it is Massa in the lead. Mada also doing a fantastic job this round. Cap is also in there. It's also close. And it's hard to tell who is going to take it. I think we will have a clear picture when we cross the identity section. Bran going for a very tight line. Does he get the lower gear? It seems like he does, because everyone else is rapidly closing the gap towards him. Different approaches in this first landing. We see Mada going for a completely different strat. Lands super early, goes left and right. But is it going to be faster? It does look like he gets a much better entry into that lap number 2.
Absolutely beautiful approach here by the Australian player. It seems like that line is faster, at least from the sample size we just have seen. But yeah, he is completely overtaking everybody here and is now in the lead. But it's not by a lot. He needs to be push it here to stay ahead of everyone, because they are all hunting that number 1 spot. Tween is coming closer. Muda struggling a little bit on his tag section. And look who is first. It is Massa. Right now, he is trying to go for the redemption here. Not a good performance in the time tag phase. And now he is in the lead. Muda slowing down quite a bit more. And now only Cap is actually close to Massa for the battle. Oh, but here comes Cap. Look at the overtake. Immediately, all the gains Massa had are gone. And Cap is now in the lead. Low jump as well. That will secure his first spot going into the identity, I think. It will be the case indeed, but the identity is still to come here. Who is the one with the best? Because it's so incredibly close. It can honestly be like 4 players right now. But it looks like everyone makes a mistake. It is between Massa and Tween for the win. Tween goes for the inside line. Does Massa have more speed though? I don't think so. Tween snaps it.
What a round. Evon tried so hard to get in the mix there. And we gotta remember, he's finalist, so he went for it. Unfortunate for him, he did not make the final jump. But what a race between Massa, Tween, and Cap there to close that round out. It is Tween now joining the finalist status. I didn't really see how Bran did that previous round, but man, oh man, are we seeing some great TrackMania gameplay right here.
We are indeed. Yeah, now Bran is finalist, Tween is finalist, and of course Evon is finalist in our hearts and in actuality as well. And right now, Tween is once again in the lead, looking to completely close out his final stand here immediately. But where? What? Look who is in the lead! It is Massa, but also Matt is now battling for the top positions. This is the first time we've seen him even being close to the top positions, although he just gave away a bunch of that lead, however. Now the battle is on between Tween and Massa, who are it's actually the same 2 players as we've seen last time. Muda coming closer as well, and Evon once again in the mix for that 3rd place.
I'm sorry. I was following Matt, but I was praising. I was just witnessing like God's gift right here. But then he full stopped in the wall. Very unfortunate stuff. But going into lap number 2 here, it is once again we have 2 finalists, guys, Evon and Tween. They are in the mix, but it is Massa who finds himself just 2 tenths ahead. Can he keep it together? Because, like you said, in lap 1, or no, previous lap, Massa lost it all, and Tween was able to rapidly close up to him. Right now, Massa seems to be only extending his lead, getting some really nice traction on these left turns. Can he keep it together in this jump turn as well? It does look like he is doing a phenomenal job. Tween and Mada are driving in his shadow. This is the round for Massa to lose here. He gets good speed in this tech section as well. The identity, the nail-biting identity, is what is keeping Massa away from reaching that finalist status. Mada probably knows that he's in a close battle with Tween. And he is actually getting closer to Massa now. The one last identity. Massa goes for an alternative strat. I think Mada is eventually going to close the gap here a little bit. It is all going to be decided in the last jump. Massa with a little bit less speed, but it is going to be enough for him to secure that victory, and he will put himself in finalist status to 1895 by Massa.
Good job by Massa here, getting the lead in lap 1 and being able to hold on to that lead in lap number 2. And that means you get the red letters on the scoreboard.
Exactly. A little bit more pressure, but we also are going to a new map. And this is gonna be difficult for Massa, most likely, because he looked really confident on this SEMIRAMIS map. But can he do the same on the next map? I don't know what the next map is, actually. Let me have a look.
Oh, this is the Muda map.
Oh, we have Paradise.
It is Paradise time.
This could mean that Muda will secure himself 100% in TMGL if he performs on this map. This is do it for Muda.
This is a really good opportunity for him to do that indeed. And we've already seen him come quite close to the number 1 position, but not actually making it. This might be the opportunity for him to do it, though.
I do see a fair comment by someone. The only players that have gotten finalist mode yet are TMGL players.
Yeah, that is completely true. That is very interesting. Even though we said from before in the pre-show that the OGL players are the ones with the advantage in these formats because it's all about being fast. We thought that the OGL players were the fast ones compared to TMGL being more consistent. That is not the case at all right now.
Oh man, I love to see so many cars. Look at this, there are 15 cars within 2/10 of one another. And I do want to mention Evon is still finalist. Even though his name is not red, he is still finalist. And if I recall correctly, he was extremely good on Paradise as well.
Yes.
So
definitely
here we go.
One of the players that is able to keep up with Muda, basically. And he can definitely snipe a good round here. Not with that airtime, though. That is going to cost him a couple of tenths of a second. And going to slow him down a little bit. But we are closing in on the identity. Muda with the inside line, taking the lead, coming into the engine. Because who is getting the upper gear and who isn't? You need it to win, honestly, because there are 15 others who are right on your back. It seems like Grenadi is in the lead right now. Cap is also looking good. Muda in with the battle. Rio slowing quite a lot down. Slowing quite a bit down. What? This sentence doesn't make any sense. I hope you get what I mean, though. Into the second phase of the identity we go, and it is Muda zooping.
Yeah.
What? And he's so good at this identity. It's crazy.
It's just incredible to see what Muda can do on this particular identity. But we have a redemption moment for Grenadi here. Is he gonna do it? Yesterday in combined day 1, he was in a particular battle with Muda as well. However, the tables were turned and he ended up in 2nd place. But Muda has a 3/10 advantage, but then he makes a mistake. He actually clips his wheel, and that is all over for Muda here. He needs to be extremely lucky that 4 of these other players are gonna make a mistake. We have Evon and Tween, who are both finalists, battling it out with Grenadi and Captain. We only have the identity remaining. Who is gonna get the upper gear? It could be decided in the upper gear already.
Muda is within 0.7, and you know about that 0.7. It might happen, but Grenadi looking good here. Never mind, he's not looking good. Cap is going to be overtaken because Grenadi has a really bad engine cut part. And now Cap is on his way to winning it. Tween in 2nd place, maybe is able to snipe, but Cap is looking really, really strong going into the identity. First part, here we go. Cap is still in the lead, but Tween! It's not going to be enough, and Cap is now so far ahead. Unless he pulls a Grenadi, this is going to be his win.
Wow.
Yes, he does. Really good job by him.
What an ending to that one. I think Tween went for it. He knew that he had to push it.
Yeah.
And he tried his best there to get closer. But man, oh man, we have 5 finalists right now. Oh my god. It is getting to the point where more and more people are being awarded the finalist mode. And as a player who doesn't have the finalist mode, you are like sweating. Because you want to be one of those players as well. And we could see bum people just closing out their finalist status right now. It is getting down to the wire. Riolu taking a very comfortable lead right now. Is 1 car length ahead. Muda always gets a lot of momentum on this. It is Yandex who makes a mistake. Barely makes the jump. Unfortunate for him, but it is Bran in first place, and he is finalist. Massa is in the mix. Tween is in the mix. Oh my god.
Yeah, indeed. And if Brent gets finalist, that is kind of a, that is, well, I don't want to say that is a confirmed TMGL placement, but it is really close to it. Riolo is also still battling here in the lead. Link as well is showing his face here right now. But Brand still on number 1. But Riolo has so much exit speed from this reactor boost turn into the action cut we go. Is the upper gear coming in? Riolo gone. Evon looking good here. He is going for second place, but it is Brand extending his lead. But now we go into the identity, and it is Muda lurking in the shadows here. He is 0.3 behind, and that is going to be not that much if you are Brand. Let's see if Brand can keep his win here. Oh, well, we are, of course, only in lap 1. There's another lap to go, but still, Brand in the lead right now. And we go for the second part. Muda has nice exit speed. It's going to be enough for the overtake, though. Let's see. He's comes closer and closer, but it's not enough yet. Brand is still number 1, but Muda is incredibly close. It is only 0.10 of a second right now. If you are Brand, I would be sweating a lot here if you have this Australian player right behind you. But it is not over yet, and it only honestly seems to be between these two players because the number 3 is almost a second behind. It is either Muda or Brand right now, unless they're both going to make any kind of huge mistakes. Muda is almost not making it, but he is, however, making it. Doesn't clip the dirt this time around. Comes closer to Brand. He has more exit speed. Is going for the overtake. Brand with the inside line, however, is going to try and defend his first place. It's not going to be enough. They have different lines, so I'm not really completely sure who's going to be first and who's second. It is so incredibly close. It's less than 0.1 of a second. It's literally 0.00 seconds between Brand and Muda. Coming into the identity. Muda with the inside line. That's going to give him an advantage, but he needs the upper gear right now. Can he get it?
Brand got it.
Brand got it, and Muda's flowing.
It is all coming down to the identity. Muda has the superior identity line. He is actually closing the gap in the freewheeling section. Wall number 1 is kind of equal as we saw in previous round, but it is going to be Brand with a mistake. Brand made the mistake, and it is going to be Muda who will win this round. What an insane battle. And a nice time as well by Muda. 250.43 by Muda. He is now in finalist mode, and there is 1 round remaining on Paradise, Sinas. He needs to close it out now.
Well, it would be nice to close it out. Let's say that. But yeah, this is what Muda really needed right now on one of his best maps to get that point in. But what a battle between him and Brand. Incredible TrackMania gameplay tonight. Absolutely crazy.
Yeah, it's insane, and we gotta give props here. Riolo did have a really good fight as well, but then lost his traction, and right now we see Riolo once again battling in the top places. It is
0.6 behind now.
Ooh, yeah, that's not good for Muda here. Off to a bad start, but 0.6, he can literally get that in the identity as we've seen before. Right now it is Brand who is leading the race here, together with Massa, another player who has already gotten himself finalist status. Evon, who is finalist himself, also is in the top 3. This is a brawl right now as we are slowly but surely approaching the identity section. Who is gonna get the upper gear? It's looking like Evon has a very good exit out of the turnover, but Brand remains in the lead. It is Evon who makes a mistake, crashes completely, and he is out for this one. Now it is Brand once again finding himself in that hot seat, but he goes super wide, remains in first place, getting chased by Dark and Super Carloof. Where is Tween? Brand goes a bit wide. Tween is steamrolling forward. Tween now overtaking Brand. Brand going for a very low entry. That means that he has no exit speed. It is Grenadi who gets the upper hand right now, and Brand drops down to 4th place. But who is this? It is Muda. Muda back in action. He was 0.6 behind. Right now he finds himself only 0.2 behind. It is all gonna come down to this final identity section.
Yeah, Muda just casually making a 0.4 of a second in the identity, but he is still not first. He needs to continue to do this, and that is against players like Grenadi and Carl, who both desperately want to get into the top 8. They need every point that they can get. Tween as well, finalist mode, wants to close it out, but it is Muda so close here. But Grenadi with the steering wheel, inside line, looking good for the German here. He is still a little bit ahead, but not by a lot. Into the we go. Carl makes a mistake. He is out of the race. It is now between, let's say, It is so incredibly close. I cannot really count anyone out here, but definitely Grenade here, who is still in the lead. Twin going for the inside line.
Bren is out.
Oh, Bren is not gonna get the upper gear. Tween does, however. He is so fast. Grenade didn't get the upper gear either. And now Tween, it is his round to give away. Onto the identity we go. Riolo and Muda are close, but it is not really close. It's 0.3 of a second, so he really needs to push it. Tween just needs a good end here, and he's gonna win. I think Tween is locking in the finalist attempt. No!
Oh!
God, he almost didn't make it, but Tween, oh, barely enough.
Wow. I had flashbacks to yesterday when Grenade went 2-4 left, but Tween is securing that phase 2 as well, and this is most likely him securing his TMGL spot as well. What a phenomenal match we've seen on Paradise. Oh my god, these rounds were crazy. So 2 players have already secured their spot right now for next phase. 6 players remaining. How many finalists do we have? We have 4 finalists? 5 finalists.
5, I think.
We have Muda, Massa, Evon, Bran, and maybe someone else.
Yeah, Muda actually started
Oh
with
my
0.6.
god.
He was 0.6 behind at the start, and he was just barely not able to lock it in there. Imagine if he didn't make that mistake.
Cap is also finalist, and we have HALFPIPE Sinas. Oh no.
Uh-oh.
We have seen what kind of shenanigans this map can throw in the TMGL playoffs. This is gonna be it. One small warm-up here. And then we will get underway.
Yeah, we have 5 people in finalists because Evon, of course, is a finalist.
Yeah. Oh my god. So far, this final phase is beyond expectations right now. It is really, really close. Everyone is giving it all.
Cap is actually one of the players who's looking the best so far as one of the contenders to getting into the TMGL from the OGL. He is the only one with the finish, apart from Muda, of course, from the OGL players.
Exactly. He is battling together with Link and Super Carloof with only 1 point difference. So if Cap can already solidify his place, oh my god, that puts a lot of pressure to Link and Super Carloof. Here we go, though. It is a player that we haven't seen so far. Challenge is battling in first place together with Cap and Muda, but it is the 4 finalists who are in the top 5 placing. That is actually something we don't see very often. Brand gets a very unfortunate transition. It is Cap, however, leading the race. Muda takes that position over. It goes a little bit too wide. Might has to adjust his line a bit. Here we go. The dirt jumps are going to be also important. Who is going to make it? Seems like everyone is making it. Riolo gets a good landing there. Also collects the upper gear. And who is that? Yannex out of nowhere showing his face as well. It is a no slide strategy versus a slide strategy on that dirt left-hander. As we are slowly approaching the identity, the triple half-pipe jump. Who is gonna full send it? Who is gonna save it a little bit? We have a very low jump by Massa. Massa is giving it all. Massa from 5th place all the way up to 2nd place right now. But then his final jump is horrendous, and he loses out on a 2nd place right now, dropping back to 7th place as we are going into lap number 2.
Are you kidding me? It is Challenge in first place. For the life of me, I would not have guessed that at all. Struggling a little bit though at the start of this lap too, but yeah, he is showing his face once again, showing that he should be one of the players battling in the combine here. But he is being overtaken by 2 finalist players, Cap and Muda right now, 1 and 2. Grenade is still quite close by, but Muda and Cap are dominating right now on the track. Let's see about this jump. Oh, that's a really bad approach, and that is going to cost him a lot. I think he's out of the race right now for the first place, and now it is all instantly between Cap and Grenade. Yannex is really close as well. Massa is still lurking around, but Grenade and Cap are the ones in the lead. What? Yannex just pressed B to boost.
Oh, Massa crashes
Cap instantly, but Grenade is steering his way to victory right now. He is 0.2 ahead, but we've seen an insane identity for Massa already. Can he do it again? Massa full send time. Oh, look at this! instantly going for the overtake. Massa is on his way to locking in the finalists.
No!
Grenadi is so fine.
Oh my god! Grenadi with the extreme snipe in the final jump. Massa was sending it, but it wasn't enough. And Grenadi now is putting himself in finalist mode.
Massa with the... Oh my god, my voice is gone. But Massa with the horrible last jump. Giving way to Grenadi, who had a good jump, to be fair. And he just snipes it.
And we're getting so many finalists right now. It is do or die almost. One player that has not had an opportunity to get himself in finalist mode is Riolu. And right now he is finding himself in that battle for top 3. But then gets airtime, and that is not going to be a good round for Riolu either. That is out and about he goes. He is struggling a lot in this mode, as we have Massa now, the full sender, in first place. He is finalist. He is being chased by Evan, who is also finalist, and Bran, who is also finalist. So we will really see these battles right now where anyone can go on to the next phase. But it is Dofold and Link, who are still not finalist mode themselves. Also looking very strong in this lap 1, as we are clearing the jumps right now. Link will clip his back tire, so loses out on a lot of speed. But it is Dofold, who we haven't seen a lot. Now in second place, he is going for the slide, whereas Massa is going for the no slide. Massa with a 3/10 of an advantage, but that can easily get chomped away in this identity. Here we go. Following Dofold here. Gets a very good first jump. Second jump is also really good, but who is this? The Frenchman Bran. He is also still going for it, but Massa enters lap 2 with a 0.7 of an advantage. And this is looking extremely good for him.
I gotta give respect to Massa right now, completely turning everything around once again. And yeah, he's just looking so strong on this map. And he's so far ahead. It is his lead to give away now, but yeah, the no slide threat, the identities. Massa is in control right now. He is giving away a bit of his lead to Dofold, who we've not seen a lot. But, you know, you only need to get first once to get finalist, and it doesn't really matter what you do in the other rounds. And Dofold maybe is able to pick up the scraps if Massa does any kind of big mistake. I don't see him catching up to Massa anymore. I gotta be honest, the gap is so big. It is just Massa who needs to finish it off here. Let's see what he does in the double jumps. Oh,
he clears it.
Looks like he cleared it. He cleared it. That is good, but there is still quite a bit of a track to go. Will he go for another no-slide strat? He doesn't need to, but Massa might just full send it anyway. It does look like he is saving this, and that is quite fine indeed. The gap is still 0.7, but here we go into the identity. All eyes on Massa. Can he make it? Jump 1. Cleared.
Here come the other players,
so
though.
Good. Cleared. Cleared. It is looking really good for him. Dofold is coming close though, but he jumped so high, and that means Massa closes it out. Massa is basically TMGL right now.
Fantastic job.
Though.
Fantastic by Massa.
But this is looking good.
Yeah, he had his lead from lap 1 basically. He had a 3/10 of an advantage going into lap 2. He had a 7/10 of an advantage, and he just kept it. He played with it, went extra safe where he normally would go for a no slide. He now opted for a slide, which is really smart gameplay. So that is Massa going into the next phase. A lot of fans are probably going to be happy for that. And now we are getting closer and closer, because how many players do we have now? We have 3 winners and we have 8 spots. So 5 players left to go to the next phase here. As we have a new leader here, it is Riolu, who finds himself leading together with Evan and Dark. But Bran says hello. Dark actually, wow, how did he not make a mistake there?
Yeah, crazy.
He was bouncing left, right, and center. But it is Evan now leading. Evan is finalist, even though it doesn't show. Riolu is out.
Oh, Riolu, that's...
Riolu has made a mistake. It is 2 finalists now, Evan and Bran. They are leading the race. As we are approaching the first identity section, it is Bran making a full stopping. He pulls the Caro Jr. Mada is also out, making a huge mistake. This is a great opportunity for Evan to secure himself the victory. Jumps extremely high.
Here goes Dofold.
Dofold with the attack.
Dofold is so slow. He's full risking it.
Oh no, Evan makes a mistake.
Dolphin suddenly is first place. Link is the only one who's even remotely close to anyone else. What a carnage this round.
Yeah, and look on the left. It's all white. There's no finalists.
No finalists at all in the top positions. We have a bunch of players that we've not seen before in the top positions. Right now, Dolphin is, well, one of the potential players for the TMGL if he does well. And it depends a little bit on what the others do. But he is still in the race. Link is one of the prominent players right now. And he is in second place. Really would like a finalist mode for himself. But it is still Dolphin ahead of him. Although the gap is not big and this might be enough for him to overtake. No, it is not yet. Link struggling a little bit on that landing means Dolphin can extend the lead a little bit. But the gap is quite small. It is 0.4-ish of a second. Into the dirt jumps we go. Will Dolphin make it? He will indeed. That is going to be really good news for him. But another identity is coming in. Link will have to full send it. And Dolphin might be able to go a little bit safer. Let's see what's going to happen here. Link is going for the attack already on the dirt. He does not want to lose here. He does not want to be second. He wants to be first. Is this going to be enough though? Oh, quite high quite high airtime there. Dolphin's first jump is going to be successful, but Link is closing in a little bit. Link is coming so incredibly close. Is it going to be Dolphin or is it going to be Link? Link goes for the low jump. It's going to
100 of a second
between Dolphin and Link, but it is Link who wins and gets finalist. And yeah, if you are Dolphin right now, you gotta be feeling a little bit bad here.
Oh my god, what a snipe, 100 of a second. And Link and Cap, two direct opponents right now, are finalists. And that is gonna be so interesting. That battle is getting spicier and spicier the more rounds we keep on playing. Oh my god. Yeah, Tween, Massa, and Scrappy, they are into the next phase. But we have Grenadi, we have Cap, we have Bran, we have Evan, we have Link, and we have Mudda. All finalists. They just need to win one more round.
It looks like it's going to be a long night. We are now 1 hour in, and we only have 3 players that are even going towards phase 2. Oh dear, but we see ice on the track once again, so our eyes are moving to the southern hemisphere. I think there are 2 players here that are there from there, but I hope you guys know which one I'm talking about. So far, he is closing close to the lead here, but it is Link as well, who is finalist suddenly. So good news for Link there, getting from not really being in the lead, but now he is finalist, looking good. Evan, finalist mode as well. Matt is actually one of the few players in the top, but he's already losing quite a bit of time compared to Mudda, who is so far ahead. And we have not even seen a single identity yet. What a player right here in front of our eyes. Evan, though, is able to close in the gap a little bit. Link now coming closer as well. Evan going for the attack. It's not going to be enough for an overtake yet, but it is looking promising for the Polish player. Here we go into the identity. Mudda still ahead, but what about this second jump? He goes up so high. Evan going low. Is that going to be enough for the overtake? Mudda has more speed, but not a lot. It is incredibly close between these 2 players going into lap number 2. Link is slowing down quite a bit. It seems to be between Evan and Mudda right now for the win.
Yeah, I was spectating Matt there. I was just witnessing some crazy shenanigans here. Matt pulling a top 4 pace in lap 1. That is just fantastic, but now he is far behind. It is going to be a battle between 4 finalists right now. We have Mudda, Evan, Link. Oh, Brand dropping down quite a little bit here, but Riolo is also in the mix, but Riolo's pace is just a tiny bit too slow compared to these other guys. But it is looking like Mudda is on his way to close out his finalist status, and Evan getting a second place once again. That is a little bit sour. But we still have that one identity to go. It is Mudda on his way to TMGL right now. If he wins this round, he is in. One identity is... Oh, left. He is looking good. One final jump for Mudda. It is Evan with the attack, but it's not going to be enough. It is going to be Mudda winning this round. And Mudda is going to be promoted to the Grand League. There it is. What a time! 2:31.03 here for Mudda. Wow. That is such an insane time.
To Moda, who is now qualified himself into doing a bunch of Monday morning matches.
That is
but
true.
What a performance by him. I've said it a long time already. I thought Muda had it in him to get into the TMGL if he just put his mind to it, and apparently he did. And now we see him in TMGL. I will wonder what he's going to do in TMGL itself, because of course we have 8 players that we don't see tonight that were top 8 from the TMGL, how he's going to stack up to those players. But I think we can safely say that he deserves to be in TMGL.
Definitely. Definitely. And that is 4 players now into phase 2, Sinos. We have 4 players remaining. We have 5 players with finalist status. It is coming down to the last couple of rounds right now. It is Link who is leading the race, and he is finalist mode. Riolo in hot pursuit. Dark is also in the mix. Riolo is in the mix, but these guys are not finalists yet, so they need to win 2 rounds instead of Link's only 1 victory. It is looking like Link is extending his lead just ever so slightly, going into the identity number 1 here. Cap is making a huge mistake, so he is losing out on a lot of time. Let's go on board with Riolo. Riolo goes for that extremely high jump. Is he gonna take some benefit with the extra speed that he gets? He is catching up towards Dark and Link, but now he needs to slow down in the entry on the ice here. And that's where he loses a lot of time, because Bran is taking over his position. Same with Grenadi. Link is still holding strong here. Dark is also in second place. It is gonna be a banger of a final here, as Link has 2/10 of an advantage.
Yeah, but the 2/10 is slowly eroding away as Dark comes closer and closer. Dark is also one of the OGL players who still has the potential to qualify himself for the TMGL, depending on what the others do. And honestly, for him to qualify, he kind of needs to snipe Link here right now, because Link is really not allowed to go into the top 8. And that is not looking like he is able to do that very fact, because Link is already 0.3 ahead as we are closing into the identity. And you cannot really catch up 0.3 that easily. So it's honestly Link's round to give away right now. 0.4 now, the difference. TM Link is on his way to qualifying himself to the top 8 and going closer and closer to that potential TMGL qualification. Let's see what he does in the identity. It is Riolo who comes closer and closer, but I don't think he's going to be able to snipe it here. Link, what are you going to do here in the identity? Looks like he's able to pass that safely, and Link is on his way to the top 8.
Wow, 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 wow.
Link honestly having 2 really good rounds, and the rest not really that great. But hey, that is enough in this format.
And this means that Cap has to go to the next phase right now. If Cap does not go to the next phase, same with Super Karloof, it is Link who will be the second guy moving up. Oh my god.
Yeah, with Link qualifying, it's immediately Carl, Cap, Dark, Grenadi, Dofalt. If any of these players don't make it, they're immediately out. And they have to get to top 8.
Oh my god. This is so insane. Nail-biting gameplay right now. Bran is... I mean, Bran has had the finalist mode for so long already. He must get really tired of not being able to finish her. Same with Evon. Evon was the second guy to get finalist. Even though it doesn't show on his name, he is finalist indeed. But it is looking good right now for Evon, as he is in first place. Bran, with that lower entry in the wall right, finds himself in second place. It is Matt as well, who is creeping in the top places here. But it is Evon, Bran, Cap, they're all leading this race. But one lap to go after this as well. So let's see if everyone clears the first identity. It is Bran and Cap really creeping up closer. We have Riolo again with that higher approach. Let's go on board with Riolo. Yeah, he is not really catching up that much towards the top. And this is going to be such an exciting final lap.
Here we go. Look how close these people are. Bran is looking to touch the top of the sign there. Incredibly high. Still though, he's able to keep up his speed, and that means he is still in the race against Evon, who is consistently ahead right now. But Bran has the pace. As you can see, he's slowly but surely going closer and closer to the Polish player. It is not enough yet though. Oh, it seems like he has a little bit more speed, but yeah, Evon's still in the lead. Let's see what the other players are doing. Cap is technically still close enough. Never mind, he just instantly made a mistake. Now Brand going for the lower wall, right? And as you can see, it is no difference. And we kind of confirmed it right there. And, oh, here we go. F1 with the better line, but Brand is closing in. It is honestly between these two players right now. Both of them are finalists. Both of them will go through to the top 8. F1 with the inside line, but doesn't have that much speed. Brand is on the circle, and now we have one circle to rule them all. Is it F1 or is it Brand? Brand goes for the low jump, but F1 might have more speed. Is it Brand or is it F1? Brand has so much more room here. I think he's gonna close in.
Oh my god!
He is. Brand, so important for him to get this. And Riolu, Matt, and Yannex must be really sweating right now, seeing Brand go through to the top 8.
Yeah, exactly. Like, think about this scenario. If Yannex goes through, Riolu might be out. And we only have, how many spots? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we have 6 winners, and we have 2 spots remaining.
Oh, this is a realistic scenario. Because Riolu, Matt, Yannex, none of these players have even a finalist attempt.
Yep. So even, okay, so if it's gonna be based on placings, I'm pretty sure Riolu placed better than Yannex. But if Yannex closes out his finalist round, then he's through to the next one. So it's a nail-biting situation, and this map, I don't know who this map is in favor of, but oh my days, man, we are getting closer.
Kind of needs to win here, honestly. Like,
wait, we have a break actually.
Yeah, we have a break of 5 minutes. There is a possibility that that Yannex goes through, but gets knocked out in the next phase, is low, has a low seeding, and Riolu has a high seeding, that the difference is not big enough that Riolu goes through to the TMGL anyway. But he kind of really wants to be top 8, I gotta be honest. Otherwise you will just be nail-biting your way in the next phase, just watching yourself either be eliminated or not.
Yeah, exactly. It's just, oh my god, man. Whew. I don't want to be.
Do we have a live updated placement how that works right now?
I think we have. We have Riolu with an average of 8.6 and Yannex with an average of 8. Wait, so Riolu is worse than Yannex? So that means that if it's based on average, I mean, Yannex would be ahead of Riolu, but then since Riolu is already 5 points ahead in the official standings, it won't be enough.
Yeah, if Yannex goes out, Riolu is basically safe.
Yeah.
But if Yannex is in, that is not the case at all.
Exactly, exactly. This is gonna be such a nail-biting scenario. I do think that Riolu is good on this map, on Starglight.
Yeah,
I think I remember him playing really well on this.
His placements are not that good right now.
Yep.
And if the gap is 5, Yannex would even be quite comfortable if he goes through and Riolu doesn't. But, I mean, this is already saying, oh yeah, Yannex goes through, Riolu doesn't.
Exactly.
That is a bit of an edge case already.
But
so
yeah,
it's all theories right now.
Oh
but,
my god. Dude, imagine if Matt actually makes it on this map. I mean, he could potentially do it.
Yeah, his placements are quite awful. He is currently last in the placements, but it doesn't matter what your placements are if you go through, right? You're just through. So, yeah, if Matt just pops 2 wins here, then it is really sweating for Yannex and Riolu.
Yeah, and we still gotta keep in mind that there's 2 spots remaining, and Cap is a direct opponent of Link. So if Cap and Super Karloof don't go through the next round, Link will most likely be in for TMGL.
Yes.
Don't forget, if one of them gets finalist and the other doesn't, average doesn't matter. Wait. How doesn't it matter? Anyway, we'll find out in the spreadsheet in the end. But yeah, we have 1.5 minutes remaining. this phase 1 is insane.
Okay, yeah.
Oh,
it looks like finalist. It is first finalist, and then you look at tiebreaker for the round placements.
I see,
so being finalist is already important. Okay.
Alright, man. Yeah, like... I'm a bit upset for Evon here. He has been doing really well early on, but then maybe that restart, that break, really butchered his focus a bit. And he hasn't been able to close out his finalist attempt that he has been hoarding for the last, like, century.
Well, you are right. There is basically no way that he goes... No, there's no way he goes out anymore. Even if he gets dead last, he is still safe.
Ah, okay, okay.
Yeah, so... Yeah, it is kind of like an honor game right now that if Evon goes through. But honestly, Evon is one of those wild cards that might completely mess up the standings here. Because there are only 2 spots left. There are quite a bit of TMGL players still battling for these spots. But also OGL players that might completely get out of the race if they don't make it through here.
That is true, that is true.
Because for Link, it would be really good if some TMGL players go through. Because that is direct opponents who immediately get thrown out of the race.
Yep, exactly. But then again, only Evon is a TMGL player that has the finalist mode. And we only, besides him, we have Grenady and Cap who are finalists. So here we go then. The first round is going live. Will we immediately see a finalist player closing out his run? Okay, we have Charlie with a huge mistake. So he is out of this battle. Dark also not with the greatest start, but it is Riolu who is leading the race. Yannex, however, is doing a good job as well, hanging in there. Riolu losing a lot of grip there. Yannex, however, moves up to first place.
Evon is battling, trying to get closer to Yannex right now. He is still in the lead. Oh, we have a mistake by Dovald. Matt is also not there anymore. So Yannex leading. Carl is close. Evon is close. Cap is also quite close, going for the inside line attack. I don't know about this extra speed by Yannex though. We might see some overtaking here towards the entry of the identity. We do see that indeed. Evon is now in the lead. It is so incredibly close though. Yannex with a nice inside line, but not a lot of zoop. And that means we see some overtakes back once again. And Evon is securing his first place right now. If he gets a good last identity part, he does so indeed. Evon, who is not finalist on our screens, but is finalist in actuality. Yannex makes the mistake. He is out of the race. And Evon is looking to close out his finalist attempt, really wrecking a lot of hopes and dreams in the meantime.
Yeah, but look who's second. Super Carloof.
Carl is in second place, only 0.1 behind.
Yeah, Super Carloof. He needs to step it up on this map if he wants to have a say in who goes through to TMGL. Right now, it seems like Link is really comfortable already closing out his finalist attempt. But it is Evon who is now on his way to close it out. But Super Carloof is pushing the limits of his car right now, and he's pushing it a bit too much. Collides with the wall. It is going to be a 1v1 battle between Grenady and Evon. Both of these players are finalists. Riolu is lurking in the shadows. It is Evon still holding, but only 3/10 of a second. 5/10 of a second right now. It is also important for Evon to close it out right now. He needs to get the zoop. If Grenady gets the ultra zoop, he might overtake it. Evon in the ending, but it's looking also good for the youngster. Evon is on his way. He has 1 turn remaining. He is finalist. He is doing it, and he secures the victory going into phase number 2.
And Link wins the round. I mean, Evon wins the round, but mentally Link wins the round here, honestly.
Yeah.
Evon now is yoinking one of the spots away that potentially could have gone to another direct opponent of him. So that is good news for Link.
1 spot
and
remaining.
There's only 1 spot remaining, and if that spot is Yannex...
1 final spot remaining. Matt is out. Grenady is out. It is 8 drivers right now battling it out. It is also important for Yannex to get this finalist mode, and hopefully then he can close it out as well. But he makes a tumble. It is also Riolu not having the greatest start, but he fights back strongly, going back into 5th position. Yannex lurking in 6th. It is, however, Cap who is leading this race. He is finalist, but who is this Swiss player? It is Yannex, who is now charging forward. Maybe with a good identity, he can have a say in who is going to win this round. It is Cap now with a 2/10 of an advantage. Looking very, very good in this lap 1, but he makes a mistake. The free wheel clip. It is also Yannex making a mistake. Dolphin making a mistake. It is now Super Carloof, Dark, and Riolu. They're all fighting for that victory right now, but it is the first time passing this identity. We will have another one. Riolu tumbles. Riolu is out. Riolu is out. Dark is out. It is looking like Super Carloof is gonna take the win here.
Mistake as well. Carl is now so far ahead. Please don't tell me he's going. Yeah, Yannex making a mistake as well in 2nd place. Look at how far ahead Carl is. Literally everyone on the field except for him has made a mistake now. And yeah, he just kind of got a free pass here. Hopefully for him, he can cash that in. He is 1.5 seconds ahead. Onto the dirt he goes. I'm just going to follow him and see what he does. It's honestly his round to give away right now. And with that, yeah, Carl, he needs to get top 8 to qualify for the TMGL, right? So this is good news for him. He needed to get a win here.
He is looking very good. 1.5 seconds. He can basically save the whole identity if he wants to. But Cap is waiting.
Behind now.
He is waiting for that mistake by Super Carloof. But Super Carloof is a veteran in TrackMania. He knows how to handle these situations extremely well. Oh no! He oversteers. He oversteers. He is losing it a little bit. Cap is slowly catching up, but then Cap goes for the Ultra Soup. Cap is actually closing it. Cap is gonna win it. Super Carloof with a bad slide. It is also Cap with a max. Oh no! Cap actually had it, but it was Cap with the mistake as well. And that is just choking. The nerves really hit the fan there. And oh my god. It is Carl now getting finalist as well.
Yeah, we're gonna go for another round here, and that means everyone still is able to go. Any one of these players is still able to go through. But Carl, Grenadi, F1. No, wait, F1 of course already through. That is throwing me off a little bit. And Carl, Grenadi, and Cap are the ones with finalists right now. They are in the best position. And let's see what is gonna happen in this round. Dark takes the lead right now. But here comes Carl. So fast. Together with Grenadi as well. Riolu looking good. But yeah, it's hard to tell right now as we are still at the start of lap number 1. Maybe we see some clarity here with some gear downs. It is Challenge actually. What if he goes through? Wow. That would be crazy. Right now, though, seems to be that Grenadi is in the lead. But we will have to see what happens in the identity section. Here we go. Charlie with the inside line. Cap going inside as well. Who gets the big zoop? Riolu is going to go for the overtake. He seems to be in first place right now. Cap going inside. That might be enough for some overtaking. No. Riolu, what are you going to do in the end? Oh, he does not get the big zoop at all. That's going to cost so much time. Cap and Grenadi are the big winners after this identity. Especially Grenadi. Look, the German is so fast. He is going to take some dirt here. So that means he's going to slow down a little bit here. But it is now a battle for the win here between Cap, Grenadi, and Dark.
Oh! Grenadi, I mean, who was that? It was Dark who made a full blast in the wall. It is Cap and Grenadi now driving 101.
And that is bad news for Yannex. If he goes out here together with Riolu, that's basically a confirmed Riolu goes through. Unless there is something really crazy with the way the standings work. But Riolu has a 5-point lead. I don't think that is going to be enough for Yannex. So he needs to push it and deny Cap and Grenadi.
Yeah, and if Cap goes through, that is a 1v1 battle for that TMGL spot between Link and himself. Grenadi is giving it all. Is he gonna do it? Cap is still ahead, but it's only 1/10 of a second. Oh, Yannex is trying his best to close the gap as well. The pressure is at an all-time high right now. Yannex is trying his best. He's trying, he's pushing. Do we see some mistakes? It is Cap who gets a slowdown. Yannex is giving it all. Yannex is gonna... Oh my god, this is so close. It is Grenadi who takes it.
Oh my god.
Oh, and that means, I think that means that Riolu is through. He's safe.
I think so, yeah.
And Link.
Oh, the slap in the face, second place for Yannick's there.
And
oh,
Link
he
is in.
really tried.
And Link is in. I think everything is done already. Outplayed. The two
Really?
players
Is
are
Granadi
out.
that far behind?
Yeah, I think it's done. Mudda and Link promote. And Matt and Yannick's demote.
Yeah.
I think that's it. I think that is already done. It's GG. The next couple of phases don't even matter. But what a save for Riolu here.
Thanks everyone for watching.
Granadi winning that round basically means that Riolu is in. Oh my god. Wow. That is phase 1 done. I wonder what is gonna happen right now, but Granadi, Bren, Link, Mudda, Massa, Tween, Scrappy and Evon will play the next phase.